Greetings YouTube, this is Quentin. I'm back with a full review and my thoughts on the Galaxy Note 5. This is not going to be a real fancy review. It's basically going to be my thoughts on the device and according to how I use it. Anyway, I really like this phone. I knew I was going to like it based on how I like the Galaxy S6 Edge. I really like that phone. But I'm so used to larger phones, I really wanted something with a bigger screen. And I knew usually when they come out with the Galaxy S series phones, if they redesign it or change it in any way, the Note series usually follows it with the similar design. And that's what they've done here. I really like this new design. The plastic build didn't really bother me like it does some people, but I do like that they changed the design and made it a little more premium with the glass back in the front, of course the front, and the the metal around the edges. And I don't mind the sealed battery either. I mean, it's nice having a removable battery, but I have a lot of other phones that have sealed batteries and I don't mind them. Anyway, one of the things I really like about this phone is the screen. And as you can see, I use the fingerprint unlock, which works very well. But the screen is absolutely gorgeous. It's really nice. It's crisp. It's probably the best screen I've seen on a phone to date. And, you know, it's a Super AMOLED screen. So Samsung has really improved their technology with that. Anyway, the browser that I'm, or not browser, the launcher I'm using right now is the Nova launcher. So I'm going to switch to the stock launcher, TouchWiz, so to give you a better idea. And how you do that, it's kind of weird. I think I may have showed you this in my S6 review, but you had to go to applications, and you know, in the settings, you can set your default applications that you use a lot up here in the quick settings, or you can scroll down. You just go to edit, and you can add up to I guess right here 9 applications to add in your quick settings. So that's kind of neat. But anyway, you go to your applications and default applications, and you have to go to your home, and then you click TouchWiz Home or Nova launcher or whatever launcher you're going to use, and then you just press the home key and you're back in the regular TouchWiz launcher. Now, I like the TouchWiz launcher. I didn't used to. I still like Nova launcher better, but they've improved the look of the icons. I don't know. They just look better. They're more refined, and I like the look of it a lot better than the old style TouchWiz. Right now, I don't have a lot on on this launcher. I mean, I kind of set it up. You can long press and remove screens, move it around, change what your home screen is. Right now I have my home screen kind of in the center where I can just rotate from right to left like normally Android is, like stock Android. When you first get it, you can only rotate from one side, but you can move your home screens around to however you want to use it. Also, right here, let me see. You can do a screen grid and change the screen grid 4x4, 4x5, and 5x5. Right now I'm on 5x5. So, and also another thing that you can add if you wish to. Right here, you can go all the way over right here, and you can check this, and that'll enable briefing. Which by default it's enabled. You can disable. I have it disabled right now. So, but it's pretty customizable. You can't really customize how it scrolls, and it's pretty snappy. The folders are pretty cool. You can change the folder color or background like so if you want. I wish they had an option like Nova launcher where you could add your apps within the folder app. Like you can just hit a plus and go in and add all the apps at once instead of going into the app drawer and dragging them down into the folder. But anyway, I like the The weather widget, unfortunately, they don't let you use it on Nova Launcher, just on the TouchWiz launcher. So I use beautiful widgets. I don't mind that. Of course, you have the S Pen, and you've probably seen this on other videos where you can take it out and you can write with it with the screen lock. I've done several of those, and that's really neat. I really like that. You know, you have the thing now where if you put the and I'm not gonna do it, so but if you put your pen in backwards, it gets stuck. And I've never done that. I've never even came close to doing that, but I don't want to do it now. So that's a problem. So you don't never want to do that. The fingerprint scanner, like I said, works very, very well. Pretty much identical to the Apple, iPhone scanner. I would say the iPhone is still a little better because of the shape of it, and you pretty much almost can't miss getting your whole finger around it and it working. But the Samsung is pretty close. I mean, as long as you get, sometimes I don't get it 100% because you don't get your finger covering this little ring area. But it's pretty close. I mean, close enough. And you can use you can, I think, add up to 4 or 5 different fingerprints on it. The battery life is okay. I mean, it's typical like any other Android phone. I mean, for my use, I can get through the day with it with no problem. But it's not like the iPhone or the old OnePlus or the LG G2. It's just, it's okay. I mean, like I said, I think the most I've got out of it is 4 hours of screen time, which is a lot for me. So, I mean, it's decent. It works for me. I haven't taken that many pictures, but here's a picture of my cat. One of the first pictures I took, and it's like really clear, and I didn't even have to try. And cats, they move around a lot, so it's hard to catch them, so I just snapped it real fast, and it's actually a pretty good picture. So the camera is really good. It's living up to the Samsung camera. The Samsungs, they're famous for having really good cameras, so it definitely lives up to that. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you have the kind of sliding wallpaper, sort of like Apple, and that's something you can turn off if you want to. So like if you want to change your wallpaper, you long press and go down here, and then, well, no, that's a widgets, I'm sorry. Wallpaper, and then you can click this toggle whether you want the wallpaper motion effect or not. So, and then of course you can do widgets, your theme, and I have a few themes. I have a dark material design theme, and these are free themes. They have free and paying. But like I said, I don't mind the stock launcher too much. One thing I do notice is if you use a third-party launcher, like I use Nova Launcher, I know Samsung prefers you to use their launcher, and this only happens on Samsung phones. But I notice it's very sensitive when you use a third-party launcher. So like if you touch any part of the screen, you don't even have to touch it hardly, and something will happen. I mean, if you just barely touch it, it's not doing it. Now that I'm trying to show you, it's not doing it that bad, but it's so bad that I even had to go into Nova settings and lock the desktop so I wouldn't accidentally move an icon or touch something. So, and that's just something, I don't know if it's in Samsung. When you use another launcher, I guess you don't have the sensitivity. It's different than using TouchWiz Home. And, you use TouchWiz, you won't have that problem. You won't have any problem accidentally touching anything. So whatever mechanism or whatever they put into the software to allow you to touch the phone without accidentally moving anything or activating anything, they don't put that in a third-party launcher, which I can see why. They probably want you to use their launcher. But like I said, I like using Nova Launcher better, even though this is an improved version of TouchWiz. But I mean, it's a typical carrier phone. I mean, it's a nice phone. I like it, but I just get tired of all the carrier. Wipe some of the fingerprints off. all the little nuances, you know, when you have a phone that's a carrier phone and that you have to deal with. But overall, it's a really, really nice phone. And like I said, my favorite Galaxy Note phone to date. Another real positive about this phone is the size, the form factor. Comparing it to my iPhone, it's a shorter phone, and it actually, I think it's a little bit more narrow, I should say, excuse me. The iPhone still really looks good, even as this is a year old and it just looks real premium, but the Samsung is pretty close. I mean, I would say it's on par. It's not as thin as the iPhone, but I don't really care about that, you know, but I really like it. I mean, only reason I don't have my SIM in it is because I'm making this video and I don't want to get anybody calling me or messaging me right in the middle of it. That's happened to me before. But anyway, I mean, this has been my main phone for weeks and I really like it. I have a Moto X Pure Edition coming, and I know I'm going to really like that. One of the things I wish they would start doing on all Android phones is having some kind of a fingerprint scanner, because that's really spoiled me, you know, because previously I don't put passwords on my phones, and I know I should, but this helps me at least have some kind of security on my phone. Also, Android Pay just updated on this phone. For some reason, it hasn't updated on my Nexus, which is kind of weird. But I was able to use Android Pay today, and it worked real well. You know, you still have to unlock your phone. Still not quite as good as Apple Pay. Apple Pay's, I mean, the thing that makes Apple Pay so awesome is you just put the phone to the reader. It pulls up your card, or a representation of your card, not your actual card. You tap your fingerprint, you know, the reader, bam, it does the transaction, all without even unlocking your phone. It's just so nice. With Android Pay, and I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but anyway, with Android Pay, you have to unlock your phone first, then put it up to the reader, and right now it kind of pretty much works about like Apple Pay. You know, once you unlock your phone and put it to the reader, it pulls up a representation of your card, and it pretty much works pretty seamless, but you just have to unlock your phone. It's not bad with a phone like this because, you know, it's fingerprint. You don't have to do no pattern or pin. It's easy, it's fast, and you hold it up there and it does it. Samsung Pay hasn't been implemented yet. I think it's going to be implemented at the end of this month. And then I'll have to see how that is. That looks pretty neat too. But that's one of the real nice things about Apple Pay. You don't have to unlock anything. You just put the phone and, you know, a minor thing, not a big thing. Like, I still like Android Pay, and I'm glad they're implementing it. One of the things I wish they would have included on this phone is USB Type-C charging port. They have fast charging, but it's not USB-C, which I don't know why they did that. Another thing about this pen is every once in a while, if I have this phone in a case, it seems like I bump it or do something, and you can accidentally like unengage it, like so, and you don't know. You can, you know, like you said, it doesn't really show you that it's out until you pull it completely out of the socket with a hole. So like right now, it's kind of hanging down, and you know, you don't know. And I've caught it like that a few times, and I had to press it back in. Not that big of a deal, but just something to look out for. Of course, I guess I should give you an idea, look around the phone. Not a big change. You know, you have your 16 megapixel camera here, your flash with your heart rate monitor, which I haven't really used, microphone, SIM ejection tray is up here now, your separate volume rockers, your power button on this side. You know, on your bottom you have your microphone jack, regular USB speaker, another microphone, main microphone probably, and then the pen. So, and it's a really well built, put together phone. I really like it. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna get the Moto X Pure, so that'll probably might become my more favorite phone. But the thing about this phone is it has this fingerprint scanner, excuse me, and it has wireless charging. So that's really a big plus. I wish every Android phone would put that into their because wireless charging is really convenient. The Samsung charger doesn't work that great. Honestly, I would suggest getting a third-party charger like Tilt. Those are really good, but the Samsung charger, I mean, I bought one when I bought this phone, and it's okay, but if I had to do it over again, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But, and it's not the quick charger either, so. But quick charging, that's a plus for this phone. That really helps. I mean, the phone gets hot, but, I mean, it works. It works really well. Phone calls work really good on this phone. Very clear. I have T-Mobile, so they have HD voice, which if someone on the other side has it, you can really tell the difference. It's really nice. So Bluetooth, wireless, I haven't had any issues with anything yet. I have a little bit of issue with my airport router with this phone for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if that's an Apple and Samsung thing, but it's only this phone that all my other phones work fine with my Apple router. I bought a Google On Hub, and now everything works a lot better. I added it to my network, I should say. But that's kind of another small issue I noticed. I mean, with the Apple Airport. I don't know why. Maybe that's just the way it is. This phone is a Samsung phone, so it doesn't really, it runs the Google services okay. I'm a Google Now user, so I like to use Google Now, but you open it and the scrolling is kind of choppy, and I mean, you see it's kind of started off stuttering, but once it catches up, it's okay. But it's not like on the Nexus where it's just fluid, a stock Google phone. So that's sort of a negative for me, but I mean, I know it's not that big of a deal. I really prefer a stock Android phone now. If they made a Google Play edition of one of these and still had the S Pen features, oh, that would be like one of the ultimate phones for me, but don't know if that's ever going to happen. Another neat thing about this phone that I guess I've been wanting to talk about, and like I said, this is unique to me. This is one of the things I like. I like having different wallpapers, like having a different lock screen wallpaper versus your wallpaper on your home screen, which that's one thing about stock Android I don't like. Wish they would implement that. But anyway, what's cool about it is you can go in and change your wallpaper in your settings like so. You can change your wallpaper. This is the home screen. You can switch to lock screen. And with the home screen, with the lock screen, you can have multiple wallpapers. And what you do basically is you can go to your gallery and go to, let's see, I go to my gallery, my Zedge gallery, and you can check multiple screens, multiple wallpapers. I won't do it now because I have what I want set up. But you can, and it basically changes every hour. So that's kind of cool. They used to have a wallpaper. I don't remember what it's called, but the previous Samsung phones, and I believe even the S6 had this, where it pulled images from the web, and basically it had like locations, and I actually like that even better. And it changed every hour or maybe every 3 hours. But where this changes every hour. So right now I have a picture of Master Yoda. Yes, I'm a Star Wars fan. And I have pictures of a car, a couple other things that I like. I think a Star Trek Enterprise. But anyway, I kind of like that. Nothing big, but it's just something I like that Samsung threw in there. So that's something I like. Of course, from the lock screen, you can go straight to your phone, but you still have to use your fingerprint. So when you have a lock, you can also do the camera, whereas you don't have to unlock your phone to take a picture, but to view it, you have to unlock it. So course, like you've probably seen on other reviews, when you take the S Pen out, it opens up the air command right here. And that's pretty neat. And I like how it blurs out the background. It's a lot of cool looking new air command. And you have a different screen write, smart select, action memo. I don't use this stuff a lot, but when I have used it, it's really nice. The biggest thing for me is when the screen is locked and you can take it off and write a note. And then it automatically saves it when you store it. That's a real good implementation, I should say, excuse me, by Samsung. Something that they removed that I don't like is the IR blaster. I actually really like that. I guess enough people didn't really like it and they thought, they didn't really need it. But that was kind of cool because you could set it up to your TV and it had different, you could set up favorite stations and I thought it was kind of neat. And like you're reaching around, your phone's always around you, at least with me, and you can pick it up and quickly adjust the volume or change the channel. But I thought it was a neat thing, but I guess it's not really, must have not been that popular because they took it out. Well, that's all I really have to say about this phone. I really tried to cover everything relating to what I like and don't like about it. I wish it did have an SD card. That would be nice, but it's not a big deal. This is the 64 gigabyte version. I guess I would have liked if they had 128, but really 64 is enough for me. And 128 gigabyte versions are hard to sell if you want to resell because a lot of people don't go that high. So that's a negative. So I guess 64 is not bad. But overall, I really like this phone. It's great. I've been using it. I'm probably going to continue to use it as my main phone until the Moto X comes in, the new Moto X. And then, of course, the Nexus is coming, and I'm going to get a Nexus. I know I am. So, it's stock Android. I haven't tried to root this phone or researched on rooting it. I may not even do it. But I'm going to hold on to it. I want to try Samsung Pay and see how that works. But it's a nice phone. I would recommend it if you're looking for an upgrade and if you like to use the S Pen features. I was going to get the Edge, but I thought I want to switch it up and get the Note, and I'm kind of glad I did. Anyway, I hope this was informational for you. Like I said, this is more specific to how I use it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day.